vitamins and minerals in this part, have you known? Someone told that to me today. I've been talking an awful lot at this convention, which is great. And also, I'm now looking directly at the light. Dismal movies. Some of you would have already heard some of these things. I'm very pleased with the relationship we have with mob films. Regrettably, I couldn't bring any clips and things with me because there has been a little bit of fan activity which was very, very silly and involved putting something up on, I don't know, if your tube or my face or something like that. Don't put your tube near my face. Which means that actually borrowing clips and things and showing work in progress is, it's not that we're going to say no, just don't ask us, because we don't want to have to say no until the little scars gone away. Because no one likes seeing stuff on YouTube when it shouldn't be there. Going backwards on things, I know that Going Postal is now pretty much finished in post-production and being graded and all the other things that happen. Rob and I noticed when you go out on set, a lot of junk seems to be around, people wander about doing things, and it all turns out that the real work is in the grading much later on in the studio, where everything is made the right colour and looks a lot better. And when you look at any clip that you're shown and say, well, that doesn't look like, it'll look okay in the grade. The grading process does everything. It makes the colours right, it puts all the people in the background, you know, it makes it directed by a different director, it puts different actors in, you know, it's all post-production stuff. I'm actually looking directly into a light. Why not just switch it off? Or why not just light up the whole place? Because I don't mind seeing them. I don't know what they're doing in the dark. Can't you just light the lot?
We can do, we're doing.
Okay. Oh, that's much better. Hello! They're still there. It's not just me. And I have to say, actually, have any of you been fans on the set? Yeah. How much did you nick? Oh, I don't have to say that.
Nothing.
No.
Extreme pins.
Well, Rob stole 4 of Veterinari's mints. But I think they've already gone on auction somewhere. We were told, can you send a van down to Slough? You can fill it up full of pots. I think they went through several things. Why do these people want this junk? And then, why aren't we keeping this junk and selling it all? And that seems to have got back to, oh hell, why don't we let the people have this junk? Because I remember when we were auctioning off bits and pieces of Big Curry's bargain and Hex. I wanted to stop the auction because people were paying too much for a bent tube with a screw at one end, even though it was authenticated as having come from Hex. I mean, the authentic stuff was
Yeah, that's really good on one wall.
It's the guy who bought the keyboard here.
No, that was the other.
Okay, I don't think I've seen him lately. Probably he fell under the weight of it.
Now he lives in a cardboard box after money paid.
Well, yeah. I have to tell you this. In the back of my bar is a heap of junk left over from that. I just hadn't got the heart to put it. So I just don't want them to, you know, their children are going to starve. And I hold it back and we wondered now, I got the smelting sorted out, when we just melt down all the bits and sort of make the discworn rings or something. It was great fun. Hogfather was great because none of us exactly knew how, well, everyone knew what they were doing, but nobody knew what everyone was doing. And we were all of us on the start of a learning curve. In fact, my scene was the first one shot for Hogfather. And I had to spend most of my time leaning over a shop counter looking at Death, who was Marnix, who was quite impassive, didn't have much to say. And every time I had to say my scene, my few lines, I got it wrong, and that was because Marnix was trying to make me corpse. Which in the circumstances, at one point I was talking, and no one, including the cameraman, could see that he was operating Death's very, very good skeletal hand, and that Death's hand was going past that. We got through that, and there's all the artificial snow. I didn't know about this artificial snow. It's like someone chopped up those kind of you know the milk things that are all full of. What are we talking about now?
Rice pudding?
Well, it's like the water. It looks like waterproofed paper. But it looks exactly like snow. A lady walked past with a pushchair, and there were the marks, as it marks in the snow. Of course, these days, fans would have turned up and would be sweeping it up. This is Discworld snow, even though it landed on a London pavement.
I have some from the premiere. I have some of the
Yes,
pictures from the premiere.
Yes, I know you did. Yes. The mob film people just watched in amazement. Then the next thing that happened, we went back to the studio where I met Susan for the first time, who was gracious enough to tell me how comfortably her corset fitted. You know, I think I know another life in the movie. And then, poor girl, they stuck her on this big plastic pig, which they pushed up and down very fast, and that was her riding the Hogfather, and she was getting more and more angry and more, you know, because she just went and bang up and down, got to do it again and do it again. And what the director was doing was getting her angry and upset because that's what she needed to be to get the look right. And that's when we learned about how cruel directors can be. And that really was the start of a more or less beautiful relationship.